Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first official episode of Nova's Corner. Packy, I'm really happy to have you here today.
I am so happy to have you in my living room studio today.
Our living room studio.
Our living room studio. But I'm glad you joined me here today because we're coming and going opposites all the time. And I guess we're just going to have to start scheduling more of these so we can actually sit down in the same room together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
today we are going to be asking Packy and I. Packy will.
Yeah, we're just going to talk.
Yeah, we're just going to talk. I'm going to ask her questions. She's going to ask me questions. We're going to go over the things that we've released and done so far. And we just thought that it sounded like a lot of fun to do a little review.
Yeah, we haven't had these sit-down chit-chats for you guys to bring some entertainment to you in a while because of how busy our schedules have been, which is why she's been doing her solo vlogs and I've been doing my solo projects. And yeah, so this is just a moment that we chose to put aside and try to connect with you guys again rather than just all the work.
So, my first question for the night is, drumroll please. Okay.
That wasn't quite the drum roll.
It was good. It was good. So why do you use Dixie Bell when you could be using other companies like Annie Sloan?
Well, one, I do use other products actually, but the reason I do use a lot of Dixie Bell is basically because I like supporting small town businesses. We're in a small town, and it just so happened that when I was starting to get set up with my vendor booth in the location where it is, that my neighbor vendor is
Brenda.
Brenda.
You've seen her on the channel before.
Yeah, that was our sliced episode 1.
Yeah.
Comment below if you want to see an episode 2 because we're kind of debating on whether we're going to do that again with a different kind of piece or whatnot.
Yeah.
But anyway, it just so happens that at the same time the whole store was getting set up and vendors were coming in, she happened to be my neighbor vendor. I had been watching enough YouTube tutorials to see that there's different products out there that are more furniture customized or whatever you would say. They work better with furniture than
more
other things.
applicable to furniture.
Yeah, and I mean Annie Sloan was a big one.
Yeah.
And Fusions and there's other ones I'm really hard about remembering which ones.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dixie Bell was just what was there and convenient out of several that I was watching on YouTube, and something that I could easily get my hands on, you know, to kind of offset the things that I am getting from like Lowe's or whatever and try to like move away from some of that. I mean, there are some products that I still use from Lowe's, but it's just more convenient. But let me ask you a question then on the hindsight of that.
Okay.
Like, so you started getting an interest in this kind of stuff just because I kind of armbarred you into being my editor and technical support. And
Not really unbarred. I kind of did volunteer.
Yeah, you did. But, you know, I come home one day and this Nova girl here, to my surprise, is working on her own projects. And the whole project went through and she never asked any questions and I didn't interfere. I'm not trying to be like some helicopter mom.
Okay, actually, I did ask a couple of questions.
Did you? I thought that was the next project.
That was about like the painting on the inside.
Oh, what? Okay.
Yeah.
But when you were actually doing it, like you weren't asking me any questions or like like steps, like order, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know, you might have kind of generally kind of said what you were planning on doing with it, but as far as order and like process, you didn't talk to me at all. So I'm thinking she might really be paying attention to what she's been editing.
I do.
But you did skip a couple, like there's been different information that's been out there while you're editing that you would have known. and then somebody caught you on it, and I was like, yeah, that's right, you're right. She should have done the clear wax before putting on the
Yeah,
black wax, or
yeah.
yeah. But I mean, this is all learning.
Yeah, I did really
Yeah.
appreciate all of the supportive comments on
Yes.
that little um, green part two, color green part two video.
Yeah, for your
I
spice rack.
Yeah, for my spice rack, I really appreciated all of the nice responses and like everybody encouraging me. It really made me feel good. Um, Even though I did some steps wrong, it was really nice to have like that supportive energy, and saying like next time you can do better instead of you should have done better.
Right,
You
and
know?
I also appreciate that on all. I mean, I can't even remember which ones the different feedback has come on, whatever, but some people have suggested when they see me struggling with something, they're like, oh, try it this way or that, and they give different info, and I really do appreciate it because we are still learning.
And going off of that, let's talk about the rocking horse.
So that was specifically from one of our
Subscribers.
subscribers, viewers, supporters, all of that.
Yeah.
So like basically you could tell in the first one when, I mean, fixing it, of course,
Yeah.
but then my color choice, and I wanted to do it bright, and then in the last minute I changed it to, would it really go bright? I mean, sometimes kid things just aren't going in some of these antique vendor style booths or whatever.
Yeah.
It's more decor and accent pieces and stuff. So I'm like, okay, should I just use this as a decor piece? Something that could be over in the corner holding a plant up or whatever. So I did it. I made that judgment call and I put it out. And one of my subscribers did say, hey, I would have tried like chalk paint and transfers. And I'm like, kind of thought that previously, but then I changed my mind.
Yeah.
But then it didn't sell. It didn't sell. It was in my booth for several months. Several months. I finally pulled it, and I took her advice because that was second what I kind of originally thought. Well, it actually second, but also topped it because I wasn't necessarily thinking transfers. I was just thinking brighter colors. So that topped my original idea, and I'm like, yeah, I need to pull it and I need to refinish it.
I'm gonna try to find the comment and then like pop it.
Oh, that'd be great.
On the screen around here.
That way
and
we
give,
can be like, woohoo! Look what you helped me do.
And give this person a special little shout out because
Yeah.
of their amazing idea.
Yeah,
But
that helped because when I did the color blending on it, I was able to show a color blending video, which I hadn't showed before.
Yeah.
Not that way. I mean, I've done the dry brushing on tutorial before, but not color blending. So anyway, it showed that. But also, I got it done and I put it back in my booth and it sold within 2 weeks. So
Yeah.
yay, thank you.
Something else that we get a lot of comments about is that people would rather have the wood stay there. But they also are very respectful and like very courteous about how much detail she puts in.
I've been so amazed at the support I've gotten, especially on my double mocha coffee bean. That one has, I mean, I haven't even looked recently. Last I saw was like 34,000 views, which to a lot of people out there isn't anything, but to me it's huge. Huge. Like, I wasn't expecting to get over 100 views on anything. So this is just mainly documentation of what I do anyway, and I guess I never really expected all of that. But with it being so huge of a video that we got so many comments on, I really got to hear a lot of good advice, a lot of good comments, a lot of good compliments, and I even saw that there are wood lovers who would have preferred it, but yet they appreciated all of the work that I did put into it and that the color choices that I did worked really well together. Even some who didn't necessarily like the transfers, but everything else they liked. And coming from someone who prefers just wood tones to stay that way, I mean, that's kind of a big compliment to still get a Bravo girl out of someone who's like would appreciate, I guess,
would
original.
appreciate the wood.
Good one.
surprise to our wood lovers,
Yes.
she is actually going to start a project soon, and
Right.
she's going to, actually, you tell us
Okay,
about
so
that, Packy.
this was a light bulb that went off when somebody said, "Hey, Packy, can you do something with this piece? We don't want it anymore. It's not the correct size or look for their decor." So I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, this one.
Sorry. I got a little thirsty there.
I said, so this one, I'm looking at it and I'm like thinking, this one's one for all the wood lovers. I'm going to try to keep it as original as possible. You know, I don't know that I'm not exactly sure yet. I know I'm not going to paint it though. So, like, I'm going to try to refinish it, bring life back to it. There's a lot of things that need fixed on it, so you're not going to miss out on anything like that. All of you that are following me that like to see how I fix all of the problems. So there's still a lot of that going on, but that's all behind the scenes. The overall, the top is still beautiful. The sides and the drawer fronts and the frame is still beautiful. So we're going to keep it that beautiful wood.
In regards to comments, we are also getting a lot of concerned citizens for Packy's health by not wearing masks when she's doing her projects. So what do you have to say about that?
Thank you all for caring so much. Apparently you care more than I do about myself. And actually, in all reality, this is nothing new. Nova, my mom, my best friend, has been telling me for 2 years, you really ought to wear a mask. And it's just so hard. Like, I put it on, it fogs up my glasses. I don't always wear my glasses. I got away from wearing my glasses for a little while just because they got so damaged and I couldn't buy another pair. But anyway, I technically am supposed to be wearing glasses, and I think from the beginning I didn't get a habit of wearing a mask because it would continually fog up my glasses. And it's just a habit that a hassle that I had that developed a habit that is bad. I am trying. I've even got a box of masks. They're down there on my workstation. It's a hard habit to like, because I really honestly don't necessarily care, but I gotta care because you guys care. So Nova, for
Yes.
all of our viewers,
Yes.
in your opinion, what is your favorite project that you've done so far?
That I've done?
That you've done.
I've only really done 3.
There's
So
3 to choose from
there's
then.
3 to well, the trunk was fun, but it was my first project, so I don't think it's the best that I could have done. Honestly, I'm gonna say the spice rack.
Did you have fun doing
I
it?
really liked doing that spice rack.
Just in order to make money. This is boring you.
No, I'm just tired. I'm sick and I'm tired, but I'm not sick and tired of you, I swear. I've been editing since August. You guys probably don't know this, but we started stacking up videos. Not that doesn't working out well anymore.
It did not
But,
work out to plan.
yeah, we stocked up on a lot of videos, 15 about, and then we launched in October. We're actually trying so hard to keep up,
Yeah.
but it's just projects take longer than the videos do. So, like, it's 40 minutes for you, but it's 18 hours for her.
Sometimes close to 40, like on Double Mocha Coffee.
Yeah, and she has all of her other
It's probably
jobs
like
to go to, and it's just really hard to do all of that.
I must just be slow as molasses because
What I was meaning to talk about was my improvement. I wanted to be self-centered a little bit. So I've been editing since August, and it's March right now. The
quality?
the improvement of the edits I've been doing and how I've been editing and my process has just gotten so much better. And the longer I've been doing this, the more ideas I have coming out. My creativity in
Wait,
general is just expanding, and I'm having more ideas and I'm having more fun with it, and the quality and just like the overall improvement. I'm just really proud of myself for that.
I'm proud of you too. You've been coming up with some great ideas, and sometimes she's not able to spend enough time on it. So the bigger deal of all of this is you taught me how to do some of this.
Yeah, I she does skeletons
Yeah, pretty
sometimes.
much the skeleton.
So she'll like roughly cut it into chunks that are important, because since I'm not the one who did it, it's kind of hard for me to distinguish what's more important than other things. So it's really nice to have been able to successfully teach her how to do that.
So for me to be self-centered for a minute, what of my projects is your favorite? Since you said what it was yours.
Well, actually, it's gonna be Whitecap.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you
I
like White Cap better than ours? Like the with the red and the black?
well, I do like our red and black. It's really new and refreshing and something different than what you usually do. And I also really liked everything that you did to refurbish the chairs. And I really respect all the time that you put into it. I really like how it's different from your usual dark and moody stuff.
Well, that's nice to hear because like I said, we're coming and going so often. We don't really hear and see and get to talk about everything all of the time, like maybe people would think, since we're living in the same house.
Back to me.
Yes, back to you.
What's your favorite that I've done so far?
Well, I really did love the spice rack. I think that was my favorite, but
Yeah.
what I also really liked the lamp that you did because that impressed me in a different way because I saw this piece that I was like, nobody's going to want that piece. I mean, I couldn't sell that in my booth. And you saw it and immediately went, I'm going to do this. And you had a plan from the get-go and you were excited about it and you could use this piece. Our whole goal here is to keep things out of the landfill. I mean, one piece here and one piece there doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're combining all of us throughout the world who is trying to do it, it adds up to making a difference.
Yeah.
So I think that one impressed me.
So what is your overall favorite project
Oh gosh,
from things? Yeah.
my overall favorite. You know, it's kind of hard for me to answer that. I really did, and I wonder, they can't. I really, really did love and enjoyed the whole process of double mocha coffee bean. I enjoyed rebuilding that drawer from scratch, even though it wasn't perfect, but it was still solid. And part of me thinks that that's the reason it went so well. That's the reason other people picked it up and it flew. It was like once it caught on, it was like taken off for a
Yeah.
while. And I think it's because you could see how much,
You enjoyed it.
yeah, how much I enjoyed it, how much I cared. I care about all my pieces though, and I try my best, but you don't always make the best choices. In this one, I just tried to open up and let it flow.
So, what is our other big project that's coming out soon?
Okay, so it's a little bit different than what we have been doing. Well, how do I go into this?
I'll do it.
So, okay, go ahead.
So, ever since we moved into this house, we've been improving each room little by little and sometimes room by room. And last winter, right, or 2 winters ago, we did the kitchen.
That was like two,
That was two.
yeah.
And
That was
now
two.
we finally got to the bathroom, which we have been wanting to do for a while.
We've been wanting to do for a long time so we could enjoy it because we always knew eventually we would move, and it was a 5-year plan when we bought the house, and we're actually coming up to 5 years.
Yeah.
So close, give or take. But anyway, I wanted to have the bathroom done a long time ago so we could enjoy it
Yeah.
nice. But now it's like a lot of other people find themselves in, cramming a project in before you put it on the market so you get good resale value.
Yeah.
Because it just needed to be done. There was certain things about it that were starting to deteriorate. So, because they'd been with the house since the 70s. So, it is what it is. It's a great house, but, things from the 70s need to be fixed from
Time to time.
time to time.
Yeah.
And this was the time.
We're going to be doing episodes. 3 episodes.
Or parts or whatever.
A trilogy. Packy's bathroom trilogy.
But this thing, I don't want to take all the credit here. When it came to doing the bathroom, since I'm so busy and it's hard to fit everything in, and since it's the only washroom in the whole house, yeah, it had to be done. There's a certain part, this is why you're talking about tub this time frame, vanity this time frame, toilet this time frame, because we had to work in segments in order to get certain things done in a day so that they would then again be usable, and then we didn't have to go without like for much more than a 24-hour period. So like I would gut the shower all the way out. It took me all of Sunday so that I could hire guys to come in and put the new tub and surround and do all the plumbing to make sure it was done right the first time. Because if I had to do that, it would have been another 3 days and I don't know how many trips back to Lowe's. And you and Gammy would have been stinking by then. So, not me. I'm Rose's.
Will you tell yourself that?
That's the reason we have the flow maybe not normal as far as a remodel would go. Yeah. Like,
But it's going to be fun. It's going to have fun things in there. I'm excited. I have a lot of funny things.
Oh, okay, sorry. I'm not bored. It was that yawn earlier that you had. It just now caught up and I gave it back. Sorry.
Okay. So I'm pumped because I got a lot of ideas. I have a lot of fun things in my mind that I want to do. So that's why I'm pumped. I'm also pumped to have a really nice bathroom.
Yeah, that's what I would be excited about. I'm hoping that I can wrap things up in a timely manner, but again, all of these other things that go on in our lives is why it's hard to put out the refinishing content. And I know, say, I think there was 2 weeks or something where we just had little ones, like something kind of small. And then I was working on the dining room chairs and dining table that whole time. But so I'm working on this big project over all of this time, but I'm still trying to throw in these little pieces of refinishing throughout that, just so that something is still being done that we can put out, something that moves a little faster. And see, it's not because you're bored, it's just because it's 1 a.m. and we really need to get to bed.
Yeah. It's actually not 1 a.m. It's
I'm
not
just
even
kidding.
10 yet. Surprisingly. I think it's time to wrap it up. We've talked about a lot of things, had a lot of funny jokes we've been making. It's getting kind of late. I think that you guys might be tired a little bit.
Yeah, since it's not really, we're not really showing anything, we might have already lost you, but it is what it is. We're just trying to be more personable and connect. Yeah.
So thank you for coming.
Thank you for staying.
Of course. Thank you guys for watching. And whatever you're doing out there, stay safe.